This is kind of a test here to see if content can be created using a Surface Duo 2. Hi and welcome. If you're new, welcome. I hope that this video will earn your subscription today. This is not about a Duo 2, but I would like some feedback on this video as far as the quality of the video and audio. I'm not using my Yeti mic. I can connect to my Yeti mic, but I wanted to see what is the audio like in case you didn't have a mic. Maybe the next go I'll use the Yeti mic. This is about the Duo 1, the OG, the original. This guy. No camera bump on the back. This guy. It just received an update, so thought I would talk about it. Now I want you to know that ever since I've had this guy, I've used it every day. I think even the day I got, well, I know I used it the day I got the Duo 2, but I think even the next day. It's possible, I don't remember now, but it's possible that first day, or the next day, I should say, I did not use it because I was spending so much time on the Duo 2, but most likely I was. I know that after a few days, I made a goal to make certain that I continue to use this device, just so that I could stay in touch with where it's at and maybe share that kind of information with people. So I've used it every day, definitely in the last 3 months, 4 months, since probably November on, without question. And I think late October. So anyway, seeing how things have progressed, the Duo has progressed even without the major updates. And major updates have been January and February. And back in early January, there was a Microsoft Launcher update, which actually improved things tremendously and contributed, I think, mostly to the good response that people saw with the January update. So now we got the February update. And what has happened here, January put it on Android 11, but it was behind the Duo 2. Of course, people are crying because these features weren't there, such as your phone and pin support, and so there was a lot of crying about that. But Microsoft has brought the Duo up to the same level, it looks like, as the Duo 2. And so those are kind of some, and I'm going to go down the list here and I'll maybe make some comments on things. So the very first thing that they list is the Your Phone compatibility and being able to have apps. So one of the things that I will do, it's on my list, I've got to finish a couple of other videos, but I do plan on doing a how to use Your Phone. And what I cover is going to apply both to a Duo and a Duo 2. So they've added app compatibility, and that's where you can open up the app off of your phone. It streams up to your PC, and it's in its own window. You can pin it to your taskbar, so it's kind of like its own app now on your PC. I think the better way to do Android apps on Windows 11 versus the side-loading apps and all into Windows 11 or getting them out of the Amazon store. This is a better solution for Android apps. It's the solution I use. I just think it's a lot easier, cleaner. You don't have to worry about how you're going to get apps, and you don't have to sideload apps. Maybe a downside to it is not having landscape mode for your apps. They're in portrait mode only. So that might be an issue for some. You can also open your screen in its own window, whereas in the previous versions you opened it up inside the app. Now that may not mean much to you, but for me, if I want to do some screen capture and not record on the device, but record on my PC, it's good to have that window all by itself and size it how I want it. And you may find a better use for it, but that's a significant update. Your phone is a great tool. It's the binding thing. When Microsoft talks about companion devices, and if you look in at your phone installation on your device, you'll see that it says Your Phone Companion. This device is meant to be your companion to a PC, to a Surface. That is the goal. That has been the goal of the Duo since they developed the Duo. When it was Andromeda on it, when it went to Android, it was still meant to be a companion device, and your phone is the tool for that. Now, Microsoft tries to make other devices companions as well, such as Samsung. There's been a lot of work done with that. And I think the only reason that we don't see it for others is Google's got no interest, so Pixel's not going to get the functions. I doubt, because Google has no interest, and then there's the other devices. The next thing addresses scenarios outlined in Android Security Bulletin. So what this is these are these updates we get every month that are Android updates, and they are primarily security addressing updates, but sometimes they do address bugs in Android if they come up. So there is a potential that there are Android fixes in there as well, not just security updates. So these are important to get, to not just keep our devices secure, but also to help keep them stable. This is where that stability comes from, where part of that stability comes from. Improves device and UI stability. So this is probably going to have to do more with the orientations, the screen rotations, the apps opening in the right screen, etc. Because what has happened is Jetpack, the tool that's used underneath, is now a released product. So it went into release here. It had release candidates earlier. So it has had improvements of Jetpack. So getting it onto and getting things around the latest versions of Jetpack obviously are going to help with some of that. Now, I don't know that those are the things that address the UI, but that's what they're there for. That's what Jetpack is there for, and how it's used is for dual screen functionality. So all the things that we see with dual screen comes from Jetpack. Improves system performance. That's just got to be with tuning these things that are around the system UI stuff. Because Android is what Android is, and Microsoft doesn't touch around on Android. So maybe some drivers or something that they have to touch helps. Really, I think the performance has come from their touch responsiveness, whatever they've done there. So there's firmware things that they can do that are not OS, and firmware being actually the hardware of the device. Next, we have improves reliability in the Android Auto experience. So this kind of came about in the last version of for the Duo 2. We saw it, and I use my Duo 2 for Android Auto. I have not used Android Auto with the OG since I have gotten the Duo 2. When Duo 2 became my main device, I use Android Auto, just period. So I used Android Auto when I had the SIM card in this. When I moved my SIM card to the Samsung S21 Ultra, I just went ahead and did my Android Auto from there. I could have still done it from here because I maintained a Wi-Fi connection between this device and the S21 Ultra. So I could have, but I didn't. Auto's been going through some changes itself. So they've been tuning Android Auto as well. So this is a good one if you use this device for Android Auto. I find on my Duo 2 I have no issues with Android Auto. It works great. I know it works great with the Surface Duo 2. I'm sorry I can't tell you with the experience from here, but I think maybe the next time that I go out, I'll do that. I have it Wi-Fi connected to my Duo 2, so I'll let it be the Android Auto device, and I'll see. From my personal experience, like I say, I use this device. It gets about an hour a day at least for me of screen time, so that I put it so that I can stay in touch. I think this device has been a great device to own and would recommend that people consider it. At the January update, it's like, yeah, you really, really should. And, now I can see and feel. Now, I'm trying to make certain it's not a placebo effect, because I really felt like there in January, the device was just responding. Everything was responding like I wanted it to. And I didn't see some of these issues that people see, especially with the orientation stuff and closing screens and opening screens, which I do a lot. When I use my device, I use it in book mode if there's two apps going to be open. But if I get into a situation where I'm staying mainly in one app, then I'll flip it back into single screen mode and use it as a single screen. And then if for some reason I need to see something, I can just flip it back and put the app on that screen and then flip it back to single screen. I do that because I want to conserve battery, and that helps me extend the Duo's battery life. One of the things I think I noticed with the January update is battery is better on the Duo, the OG. I don't know, but it seems like it is. I'm not going to make that as a claim, and I certainly can't tell right now if there's been any battery improvements or degradation. I don't know. With the February update, we've only had it out, 3 days, so that's kind of hard to say. But I do highly recommend this device as a buy now. It's priced new from Microsoft. It's worth it. It is most definitely worth it. Its performance is on par with my S10 Plus. Similar CPU, maybe close to the same amount of RAM. I got to go look and see, but performance, opening apps, scrolling screens, using apps. Really, the place that you're going to see is when you refresh things. If you're in a web browser and you hit a site, and of course that has other impacting factors of your network connectivity, etc. But screen redraws, all that stuff, very, very nice. I do see a difference in performance between the Duo and the Duo 2, especially with animations. Animations are obviously a lot faster and smoother. Maybe. I don't know that they're not smooth on the Duo OG. They're just a little bit slower. It's like when you toss the app back into the list or have the device return home. So I think performance is great. And if you're going to go out and buy it off of Woot or wherever, find a deal on eBay, get it. It's definitely worth it. I just get a little leery of buying a device in that manner because it's potentially been owned by someone. If it's been owned by someone else, then you don't know what you're getting into. But if it's still a device in a box from AT&T that AT&T dumped when they got rid of all of their Duos, then that's a good buy. Good buy, and that's a B-U-Y. This is a good buy. If you need a new device, and you're interested. Now, the biggest thing is going to be understand what your use cases are going to be. Don't buy the device thinking you're getting an S21 Ultra or an S10 Plus. Sorry, I don't have my S10 Plus by me right now. Don't buy it in the mode of thinking that you're working with a candy bar phone. You might find yourself to be a little bit disappointed. The device's aspect ratio makes it great to read on. It's the best reading. Those screens are the best to read on of any that you're going to find in a mobile device that you can hold in your hand, that you can slip into your pocket. And yes, this device will fit in my back pocket especially. The only thing you got to worry about in the back pocket is if you got it in your back pocket and you sit down. it's not going to like that. It's not going to stand up to that. If you put your butt weight onto this and boom, you're probably going to break the device. But I can carry it in my back pocket. I can carry it in my front pocket. I can carry it in coat pockets. It's not a hard device to carry. My wife would complain about it because she's obviously smaller and her pockets are smaller and tighter, and it's hard to put a phone in, but these will slide in. They may poke out, but they'll slide in. This may not. So females, you might have a bit of an issue with it. You got to carry it in a purse. Lots of ways you can carry these things, but I think it's a great device to own. And if you're not ready to go all in and get a Duo 2, this is a great device to get. My plan is I'm waiting on Duo WOA, which is Windows on ARM, to be both screens supported. And when Gustav has that going in that team that he's on, they have that going, then I plan on putting that on this device with your phone, connected to my Duo 2, and I'm at least going to use it for note. So my note taking in OneNote, so that I can use the full version of OneNote. Okay, that's it. I think the update's a very significant update and a very good update. I thank you for watching. Give us some comments. Tell me what you think about the update. And give it a like, please. Share. And again, thanks for watching.